Hello everybody. So today we are going to be going over all of the 10 books I read in the month of January. January felt so long, but also so short. Don't ask how. Don't ask how. So first off, on January 1st, I finished The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This was so good. I really enjoyed my reading experience reading this. It's the first in a trilogy. It's R.F. Kuang's only trilogy, and it is definitely rated R. There's no sexual content or any of that stuff, but it gets gory, and also a lot goes into a lot of the horrors that happens during wartime, and she is not afraid to be descriptive or to not sugarcoat it. She is not sugarcoating it. That's the only reason it is considered adult. I don't think there's a lot of language. There's a lot of stuff with drugs also, but I loved this so much. If you love a good morally gray FMC who is determined to do what she wants, she knows what she wants, and she will achieve it no matter what. And I love that. I love those types of FMCs. Those are so good. And I gave this one 3 stars. It was really good, and I still think about it to this day, over a month after reading it. Then we have one that I don't think about too often, but I did enjoy. Apparently I gave it 5 stars, was The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So it was really cute. Again, another adult book. This one is more adult. There are some sexy scenes. Definitely check out Rosie on Instagram. I don't remember her handle, but she gives clean reviews. She tells what pages to skip on Instagram. And so she has the specific pages for the 7-Year Slip and the chapters, sorry. I love how well this goes into grief. And also, one of the things I also loved is that he is a chef, and he talks a lot about cooking, which is something that I'm into. I do enjoy cooking, and I've always been into all of these cooking shows and stuff. I really enjoyed the 7-Year Slip, and I definitely plan on reading more Ashley Poston. And her other books do sound really good. She has another book coming out this year, I think. I don't know what it's about or what it's called. Anyway, we now have Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. So in December, I don't think I did a December wrap-up, I read Daughter of No Worlds, which I loved. It is such an underrated series, such an underrated book. I can't go much into what Children of Fallen Gods is about, but we learn so much about a certain character that I hated at first. And now I really sympathize with this character, and it is, yeah. Again, this is adult, so there is in book 1 there is one scene that you'll have to skip. Well, in the audiobook it's 2 or 3 minutes. So in book 1 it's not that much. Book 2 there is more, which we don't want, but yeah, we do have. And it focuses more on the emotion, which I kind of like, but yeah. Anyway, also for Children of Fallen Gods, there's language also. Children of Fallen Gods, I gave 5 stars because of the character stuff that happens. A lot of people say that it's not their favorite of the series. So far, I do prefer this one. I haven't gotten to book 3 yet, but I really want to. And It is so good. I don't remember entirely how it ends. Like, I have a vague recollection, but not much. And I do want to remember what happens, obviously. But yeah. Now we have Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. Not really any language, there's one word. This one I gave 4.75. It was this close to being a 5-star. I don't remember any specific complaints I had about it, but, and I forgot what I was gonna say. It just didn't give me the 5-star feeling, you know? Most people have that 5-star feeling when they read a book, and it's a 5-star book. This one did not give me the 5-star feeling. So there. Sometimes my 5 stars are entirely based off of feelings, which is the case with the 7-Year Slip. But we're not talking about the 7-Year Slip, we're talking about Thunderhead. This is the second book after Scythe, and I was buddy reading it with the lovely Sophia, and you should definitely check out her channel. Her channel is great. I love her so much. And I know she's watching this, most likely. Hello. So yeah, this one I gave 4.75. I did not remember what came at the end, and so I was honestly kind of surprised, because I thought that the end of this one was the end of book 3, which, I mean, kind of, like, yeah. The ends of both the books merged together, anyway. Now we have Broken Throne by Victoria Aveyard. I've read the entire Red Queen series except for this one, and I was just like trying to continue series that I was in the middle of, and I, for that one, had Broken Throne, and this one I gave 3 stars. So if you don't know, I originally read Red Queen at the beginning of 9th grade, and that was like 2021? Yeah, like 2020, somewhere between 2021 and 2022. So that was over 2 years ago, and so I don't remember too much about the series, and so it was pretty jarring for me being back in the world. Also, in this series, for content stuff, we're now going into content stuff because my brain is all over the place. I had a very long day at school, and I'm very sorry. There is a lesbian and a gay couple. If you have anything against that, then don't read this overall series. I mean, like, it's not at all in book 1 and maybe book 2, definitely book 3 and 4. And then obviously this one, because most of the books in this one, or like most of the novellas / short stories, because this is a collection of short stories in the Red Queen universe. This one, and also there's some language. I don't think there's any sex stuff. There's like allusions to having sex, but like nothing more. And then we have Throne of Glass. If you don't remember, if you didn't watch all of my wrap-ups, basically, I started Throne of Glass in the summer. Yes, in the summer. I read The Assassin's Blade. That one I think I gave 3 stars. This one I gave 4.5. It was really good. The beginning was slightly slow, but it was good. And I really enjoyed it. I'm not too far into the series. I definitely am going to continue, and might even be a 5-star series at the end. Who knows? If you don't know, this series follows an assassin slain a Sardathian, who, yeah, she is an assassin, and she is in this prison camp / like basically concentration camp, where most people don't even survive a month. She survived an entire year. And then she is taken out of that prison so that she could become the champion for the prince in this competition. And the competition is to become the king's assassin. And it is an entire like 6-book series. And it's really good. I would definitely recommend. There's some language and like allusions to having sex, but like not really. There's also a love triangle, which I didn't really love. For one of them, I didn't like them at all, and for the other, they were definitely better off as friends. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know. Anyway, now we have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This one I gave 3 stars. It was cute. This is one of those books that you would read for pure vibes. If you are not in the mood for like a heavy fantasy slash like if you are not in the mood for a heavy book, but you don't really want to read your typical rom-com romance, this is the perfect in-between. There is definitely some elements of rom-com, but then there's also elements of fantasy. So in this book, we follow Cambridge professor Emily Wilde, and she is researching a specific type of fairies so that she can write an encyclopedia. And then she is going, like, she's in this place in Scandinavia, I believe. Somewhere around Scandinavia, Iceland, Greenland, that region. And her nemesis at work is also there and living in the same house. And yeah, you can see where that is headed. And it's very cute. It went a little more into the fantasy than I thought it would, but there's another book that it kind of reminded me of that's also a cozy fantasy, which is Welcome to Fay Cafe, which was good. I also gave that one 3 stars. I would recommend both of these. This one is technically considered new adult, but there's like not really any language, not really any spice. There's no spice. Like nothing like bad to consider, like to make it considered adult. It's just like more, it's like meant for more of an adult audience, which is what adult is supposed to be, like clean, but meant for older people. And yeah, anyway, I am going on. Then I reread City of Glass. This was my second reread, in case you couldn't tell. Thunderhead was the first reread. So yeah, I read City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I'm going through a very slow Cassandra Clare read along, or like reread, where as soon as as soon as I finish the audiobook of the book I'm on, then it is only then that I will place the hold of the next book, and normally for that it's at least like 2 months wait. So that's what I mean by like going through a very slow read along. And I want this to hopefully last, or like kind of cycle until the release of The Wicked Powers, because I want to consume as much Shadowhunter content as I possibly can so that I can be fully in the world by the time The Wicked Powers comes out, because I cannot wait after the ending of Queen of Air and Darkness. And anyway, yeah, this one I gave 4 stars. As I've mentioned before with the first 3 Cassandra Clare books, her writing is not that great. It's okay at best. And a lot of this stuff is kind of cringe until the end. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of this stuff, like, towards the end, and, like, the setup for one of the villains. And honestly, this villain is probably one of the best villains I've ever read. She is one of the worst villains I've ever read, and one of the best villains I've ever read. And yeah, I'm not gonna say any more on that. Whereas, like, he is completely evil and sadistic and all of that, but I could still relate to him at the end. If you know, you know. Anyway, now we have the Katie Chronicles. I have the physical copy of this over there. In this, we follow, like, it's children's classics, so you probably haven't heard really much about it. So in this, we follow Katie as she's just, like, going through life. It's kind of a coming-of-age story, like, collection of novellas. I listened to the novellas, like, individually, not, like, as a whole group, and each of them were, like, 2 hours long, which was really nice, because then I could just, like, start and finish one in the middle of work, which was, yeah, nice. And so, yeah, guys, really sorry about that. My mom essentially wanted me to finish the dishes anyway. So, the Katie Chronicles, really good, 3 stars. like where I wasn't super invested in the plot. Like I was kind of invested, but like also not really. But I did enjoy the character growth. Character growth is very important to me. Like not the most important thing. I mean, it kind of is, but then it kind of isn't. As long as there's good character growth and a good plot, then I will love a book. But yeah. Anyway, next we have Crown of Midnight, which originally I gave 4 stars. I'm thinking about bumping it down to 3.5. So this one I definitely did not enjoy as much as Throne of Glass, because the entire thing that I loved about Throne of Glass was the competition aspect. In Crown of Midnight, the competition aspect is gone. So yeah. As mentioned, there's like some mentions of sex, and like, but like doesn't at all go into detail about it. Anyway, I did enjoy it, and it was good. Not amazing, but good. And so that was all the books I read in January. I don't know why it took that long to think of the word January, but anyway, that was all the books, the 10 books that I read in January. And if you want more content stuff, then please make sure to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and maybe leave a comment or a like or both. I love comments and likes. I especially love comments because I get to engage with you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.